What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So, hope you're all having a great holiday season. I know it's been forever since the last time I uploaded. I know I said that I'll maintain a consistent upload schedule, but honestly, I've been super busy over the last couple of months that I've hardly got to play the game that much. But moving forward, I'm probably planning to upload once every week rather than trying to commit to uploading every other day and then not being able to do it at all. But anyways, hope you're all having a great time in the Holiday Cup, in the Great League Edition, which obviously just got over. Now, the Ultra League Edition of the Holiday Cup is about to begin, which is obviously going to be super exciting. But before that, I thought I'd get a quick video out for the Great League Edition of the Holiday Cup. But so much has happened in the game. I mean, obviously, there's been a couple of community days, including the Ursaluna and the December Comp Day. There's been a bunch of events, including the holiday event. And on the anime side of things as well, so much has happened, right? Ash obviously became the Pokemon World Champion, I guess, finally becoming a Pokemon Master. And for all you fans of the anime, you might have heard that Ash and Pikachu's final journey is probably going to be in January, which is pretty sad and exciting at the same time. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But anyways, moving back into the PvP scheme of things, I decided to put out a quick video for the Great League Edition of the Holiday Cup featuring a double Ghost, double Dark line. It's a pretty glassy team, probably not the best team, but definitely a lot of fun to go with. And I'm still in the early ranks. Like I said, I haven't played that much, but then again, there were some really exciting battles in here. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, moving on to the first battle here. I'm going to be actually leading with Chandelure, with Sableye as the safe swap and Weavile as the closer. And on Chandelure, I'm running the Community Day move Poltergeist. You're probably better off running Shadow Ball because that's more viable, especially given how glassy Chandelure is. But then again, Poltergeist is a lot of fun as well. So moving on to the first battle here, we have Chandelure into an Alolan Ninetales, as good as it gets right now. And they are staying in, and now they make a switch into Obstagoon. Now this team is definitely incredibly weak to Obstagoon because I really don't have any solid answers against Obstagoon. Honestly, my Chandelure is the best Obstagoon counter on this team, which itself says a lot, right? But anyways, I'm going to shield this up here, and ends up being an Obstruct Shield Bait, which is really unfortunate because now that's obviously lowered our defense and increased theirs. And at this point, I'm just going to go for the second Flame Charge here, trying to amp up those Flame Charges as much as I can. And then now I'm going to try to switch into my Sableye. Unfortunately, they get off another move. This could be a Night Slash, so I definitely have to shield this. It is a Night Slash. That definitely would have KO'd given how glassy Chandelure is. And now I'm going to catch the next Night Slash on Sableye, right? This is obviously neutral because of the Dark Ghost typing. And we're going to soak that up. Back in comes A9 right now. I do have to preserve my Chandelure to get rid of this A9, which is why I had to switch because this is a double Dark line. So you want to switch into your Sableye to kind of bait back the Charmer. And now I'm going to basically come back with my Chandelure here and try and go for the Flame Charge as soon as I can because this A9 is pretty close to a move, right? And I don't want to soak up a Weather Ball because, like I said, Chandelure being extremely glassy, even though it's resisted, Weather Ball will definitely take us out from that range. Out comes Crobat right now. This can get really tricky, and it's all up to Weavile, right? Weavile, again, absolutely incredible in being able to close out games, but then again, super glassy, as I'm sure most of you know already. And they actually go for Shadow Ball, which is interesting. That is resisted. And now they try to switch into their Obstagoon. And luckily, I'm able to get off the Avalanche before a counter gets through. And Avalanche does take out the Obstagoon. I'm barely able to get one of their Avalanche here. And this will absolutely one-shot the Crobat from this range there. So if they'd gotten one counter through, that would have taken on my Weavile because Weavile being double weak to fighting because of the Dark Ice typing, that was pretty close there. Which is why I decided to overfarm in that Crobat matchup. So moving on to the next battle here, we have Chandelure into a Breloom right now. So like I said, these are some early rank battles. Some of them were super competitive. Some of them possibly, I mean, I was pretty lucky with the team comps. Like here, as you can see, this is pretty much hard counter city right here with a Breloom on the lead and Drifblim is the safe swap. Weavile completely walls Drifblim here. Everything here is resisted. Both ice and ghost moves are resisted because of the ice dark typing on Weavile, and I can afford to sort of farm up a little bit extra energy and then go for the Avalanche here. They do shield that up, which is interesting because I'm able to get to another Avalanche as well. They do have to shield this as well. Even though we're debuffed because of the icy wind, that still doesn't matter because Weavile is so attack weighted that, you know, that's not going to save them. So charge move coming through right now. I'm going to shield this up just in case it's a Shadow Ball because Weavile being glassy, a Shadow Ball would probably take Weavile out from that range. But I'm able to get to another Avalanche here, and even though this is double debuffed, this is still going to do enough damage to take out the Drifblim from that range there. As it does, the outcomes Breloom, as you can see, pretty much one counter takes out the Weavile because we are double weak to fighting, and everything here is resisted, right? Both grass and fighting moves are resisted. That still does a lot of damage actually. I'm going to farm up as much as I can, fully farm down here, and they have a Lapras in the back, and this is one of those situations where Poltergeist comes in clutch because it's just going to do so much damage when shields it up. Near one-shots the Lapras there, and I can just come into my Sableye, and we can pretty much Shadow Claw down the Lapras, and that's going to take the win for us there. So pretty lucky there. I mean, probably not too common. Breloom, probably not the best option to use, but then again, you know, we pretty much had the hard counters lined up all the way through. Moving on to the next one here, we have a Gumshoes on the lead, and it took me a long time to realize. As you can see, this Gumshoes is running Bite, and that absolutely destroyed my Chandelure there. I'm going to switch in my Sableye right now, going for the foul play here against the Galvantula, and they are actually staying in. I'm actually going to shield this up. I do want to win switch advantage because I do not want my Chandelure on that Gumshoes. So I'm going to fully farm down here and let's see what they decide to bring in. They actually come in with their Charizard right now. So I'm going to farm up as much as I can. We are almost at 2 foul plays right now. Again, Charizard being extremely glassy in the Great League. They're going to have to shield that up. And I'm able to get to another one as well. This is going to probably force them to burn their final shield, which is great, right? Because again, both Weavile and Chandelure are incredible at closing out games when shields are down here. Unfortunately, Charizard is able to farm down. I'm able to come in with my Chandelure. I'm actually going to shield this up because I do want to land this Flame Charge. Even though Flame Charge is resisted, because Chandelure being attack weighted and Charizard being glassy, this is still going to do a ton of damage, right? Especially given that it almost pretty much takes it out. And also ends up being a CMP type, which ends up working out perfectly. There's going to be a Dragon Claw here, which does take out the Chandelure. And I can come in with my Weavile and fully farm down. As you can see, we took so much damage from Fire Spin. But luckily, this gives us a bit of an energy lead. And Charge Move is going to be coming through. And I'm hoping that we can survive. And it's just a Crunch, which is resisted. And I'm able to get to an Avalanche here. And Avalanche is absolutely going to destroy this Gumshoes right now. So Avalanche pretty much one-shots the Gumshoes from that range, and that's going to take the win for us. They're pretty scary, honestly. I was very slow in switching out because Gumshoes pretty much ate up my Chandelure there. Moving on to the next one here, we have Chandelure into a Lantern, a pretty bad matchup here. I'm actually going to switch into my Sableye right now, and they actually come in with their Altaria. So this is a pretty tricky situation because again, a Lantern and Altaria core is actually pretty solid for the Holiday Cup, but I'm going to go for the foul play right now, trying to do as much damage as I can. And Charge Move coming through. I'm probably going to shield this up because I do want to maintain switch advantage. I don't want my Chandelure on the Lantern. So I'm going to farm up a little bit extra here and then go for the foul play right now. Though if they do choose to shield this, I can get off another one. So I'm going to go for the foul play right now. Foul play does quite a bit of damage against Altaria, and we're able to farm down with Shadow Claw. And out comes a Togedemaru, which is pretty interesting. This is actually good for Chandelure because again, they actually do let that go through, which is fine as well. And I should be able to get to another foul play, but they decide to fire off a move, which is completely okay. I'm going to let this go through right now. And it is the Wild Charge. And I come in with my Chandelure. They make a switch into their Lantern. I switch into my Weavile to catch the Surfeit. This is still going to do quite a bit of damage, but it's going to do about 50% of Weavile's health there, which is not great. And unfortunately, Lantern being so bulky, and especially with a 2 shield advantage, it's going to be very difficult to take down. I'm going to have to shield the Surf here, unfortunately, which means that my Chandelure in the back doesn't have any shields to work with, and that's not a great position to be in. So I'm going to go for as many foul plays as I can here. Going for the first one right now, does get the shield from the Lantern. I'm going to go for the second, this is probably going to get the second shield, and unfortunately, they're going to be able to farm down the Weavile here, which is not ideal, right? Because at this point, they almost for sure have a Surf right now. Unfortunately, they throw an alignment, which means that I'm able to sneak and Incinerate through. That near one-shots the Chandelure there. Unfortunately, I'm having to pull the trigger on Flame Charge. I'm not going to be able to get to a Poltergeist. This is where Shadow Ball probably would have helped, but I might not have made it there. But that's anyways. That was a pretty tough battle to win. Anyway, moving on to, I believe, the final battle of the set. We have Chandelure into a Greedent here. Again, Greedent is another difficult Pokemon to deal with for this team. Chandelure doesn't have the best matchup against it. But I am going to stay in for a bit. Definitely shielding this up. Probably a Crunch right here, which will probably one-shot from this range. It is a Crunch, so I'm going to overfarm a little bit here and then go for the Flame Charge right now. And I'm going to try and look to catch the second Crunch on my Sableye right now. So I'm going to switch into my Sableye to catch the Crunch here. This is neutral, obviously, because of the Ghost Dark typing. And even though it's not a great matchup for Sableye, I'd rather switch to bait out the Charmer, right? That's exactly what you want to do because it's a double Dark line. You want to bait out Pokemon like Alolan Ninetales because Ninetales completely destroys Weavile, right? And now I can just basically come back with my Chandelure. I'm just going to fire off the Flame Charge as soon as I can before they can get to a charge move. Flame Charge will definitely take out the A9 from this range. Probably should have waited out the switch clock a little bit more. And they actually come back with their Greedent and I'm able to farm that down as well, which is incredible. And they have a Skarmory in the back. This is exactly what you want to see, especially with a little bit of an energy advantage. And also with some amped up Incinerates and Flame Charge is going to put in a lot of work here. As you can see, Incinerate is absolutely chunking the Skarmory there. I'm able to get to another Flame Charge. This should get the final shield. And now I'm going to switch into my Weavile right now. And all we need to do is get to an Avalanche. They're probably going to get to a move here and we're able to sneak this null through, which means that I'm just going to shield this up. And we are at an Avalanche right now. And Avalanche is absolutely going to do more than enough neutral damage to take out the Skarmory from this range there. So a little bit of lag as is usual. I've heard that the game's been quite laggy in the recent weeks, but luckily I haven't played too much of it, so I've not been too frustrated by it. But anyways, I mean, it's always exciting when it wins the holiday. Probably my favorite cup this time of the year. And we finished with the 4-in-1 set, which is probably not great at rank 3 and rank 4. But I feel like the level of competitiveness is just keeps going up, right, as you progress from one season to another. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'll probably try and get a video out every weekend moving forward. That's probably my plan moving forward. I'll probably not be able to upload more frequently than that, but that's okay for me at this stage rather than not uploading at all, right? But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. And once again, happy holidays, happy new year, and I'll see you next time.